What is up, Super Fam? It's your boy Sensei Finito and Battery CEO, and welcome to another episode of Marvel Bros, where we cover all things Marvel and everything pop culture.
Yep, and on today's episode of Marvel Bros, we're checking out stills from Netflix's series Masters of the Universe, some new character posters for Black Widow, Red Sonja Casting PLUS, our first look at Iman Vellani in her Miss Marvel costume. Before we get into that, please make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at Marvel Bros 23, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel where we post all of our latest videos and latest news. So
that's right. And you can also check this out right now on our website, www.marvelbros.com, where you can purchase merchandise and join our Discord in the top right-hand section of there if you're checking it out on the desktop. And then also you can now listen to all of our past pop culture news updates on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, basically wherever you listen to your podcasts. And with that being said, I also want to say real quick, thank you guys for like 500 downloads for our podcast across all platforms. That's amazing.
Yeah. Am I getting started off today?
You know what? I think I started off.
Okay,
my bad. So there is a rumor, right? This is a rumor. I don't think this is
huge, bro.
This is a huge rumor. Apparently, Midnight Suns movie may be in early development at Marvel Studios.
That would make sense, man. Because even I don't know how far back, but I feel like maybe last year, like we heard rumors about, there's gonna be a movie with Ghost Rider, Doctor Strange, and some of the other people like Blade, but we didn't really know about like Moon Knight or any of the other people that we might see. But I'm glad we're seeing this again pop up.
Yes,
which is exciting. But what were your initial reactions? I saw your comment on our social media post, but like,
yeah, my initial reaction was, this is going to be game changing for the MCU. You know what I mean? Like, we really don't have that kind of I want to say like sinister horror darkness to the MCU that I feel that DC has brought to their table like impeccably. You know what I mean? So I feel like we can just like, this is amazing news. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what else to say other than that. Like, it has me so pumped. I could cry. It's one of those things because Midnight Suns is an amazing comic book rendition, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
They're an awesome group. I can't think of Marvel Black, is that what it was called or something like that? You know, when they started getting darker with the adult type of themed with their comic books. I think Midnight Suns had a run with that as well. I'm not sure what it's called, but
I know DC has the Black label, but I don't know.
Yeah, but I think Marvel did something similar to that before. But what do you think about this? How did you feel when you first heard this announcement?
You know, I wasn't surprised, only because we do know that Doctor Strange and the multiverse and the
Multiverse of
Madness is going to have some very big horror aspects. This is maybe the darkest movie that we're going to be getting in the MCU so far. And if it does really well, even if it doesn't really do well, I think they're going to try and move that direction to kind of see that fan base, because we do have a lot of horror fans in the movie industry, and I think that's a great avenue for them to kind of take, and it's probably a good segue for them to also kind of lead into more adult related content for Marvel.
Yeah,
so I think it's awesome.
And I think that would be one of like a really good way for them to utilize that Disney star that no one really knows about. I'm pretty sure it's already active, but no one really knows about, what that is. And I think that would be a good way to kind of promote that. Maybe give us, I wouldn't even be mad about them giving us a TV show, or give us a TV show for each character, and then have them like kind of meet up big in the Midnight Suns movie and make that like kind of, their Avengers type thing for that year or whatever the case may be. But yeah, this has me juiced. Like, this is just a rumor, right? Nothing is confirmed.
Yeah, this is just a rumor. It's not like super blown up, but I didn't realize how big this was until I looked up some images of the Midnight Suns, and I was like, oh my gosh, this looks legit. Like this is gonna be amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
We have a lot to look forward to with just Marvel in general, man. There's so much. This next year is just packed with or just this year alone is packed with stuff. So I'm excited to see what's going to be happening moving forward.
No, I agree with you completely, bro, because like you're saying, like we've been kind of saying for a while now, we have so much Marvel content that was backed up. So now, at the point we are now, we're never going to not have Marvel content, basically, because they have already backed up content while they're creating content, and that's not something that we get to usually see with Marvel. They're kind of making it as they go. It's like, okay, here's this one, and then we're making this one while you're watching this one, and then boom, boom, boom. But now I think there's like 2 or 3 movies that are already done, and then we have writers for the next line of movies already working on scripts.
I think all the movies that are supposed to come out this year are done.
Yeah, everything for this year is done, and I think even some of what's for next year. No, it's all shot for this year is done, but I think what we have coming next year, like, is about to get shot within like the next coming weeks, type of thing. So, bro, I am pumped for everything. Like, literally, there is not one thing that I'm not excited for that they have announced. So it's just like, what's next? That's how I feel at this point.
And with that being next, Netflix has revealed steals for Masters of the Universe Part 1. Yo, my mind was blown when I saw these. I was like, oh my God. I feel like it's Saturday morning, watching cartoons, seeing He-Man on the screen. Yo.
No, like I feel you there all the way.
I was blown away.
I'm my bad. I'm a little lacking on the stills. Let me bring them up real quick.
We only have 4 of them for you guys, though. The rest of them are on our Instagram, so you can go check them out on our Instagram at Marvos23. So
I like it.
Check that out.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw that up there. I like it. Yeah, this is my bad, y'all. This is definitely a kermuppet from me.
But literally, it looks like a modern day version of what we had growing up.
Yeah, it really does. Like it looks even, it back. It looks like, honestly, it looks a lot better. Like, it's so better. Like, it's I don't think I was ready for that. You know what I mean? Like, I knew it was gonna look good, but I'm not.
Part of me thought it was gonna be real live action, but I forgot it's unless there's a separate live action movie that's happening.
Yes, that's what we had talked about that a long time ago, because they were trying to do a live action Masters of the Universe MCU type of deal.
Yeah,
they were trying to have their like live action thing go, but I don't know what ever happened with that. It kind of just stopped.
I think it's happening. We just haven't heard anything about it.
Oh, okay, I can go for that then. Yeah, okay.
I'm trying to think of his name.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So let's go to present real quick. Boom. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of whose name.
The director.
Who is the director?
I know who it is. I just can't think of his name. Let me see.
Oh, you know who he is? He's like a well-known director.
I think he made Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Low-key.
I kind of think you're right. I don't know why I remember that. Maybe that's for something else though, because I kind of know what you're talking about, because I remember us being, you were like, oh yeah, Bill and Ted. There we go.
Let's see.
And boom.
Kevin Smith, that's right.
Kevin Smith, yes.
I was like, I know who it is.
Yeah.
I just can't think of the name.
Like, look at that. That's amazing, yo. That is amazing. What do you think about that? What do you think about just that alone? Like, look at Skeletor. Look at Skeletor.
It's making me feel like. Have you seen Castlevania on Netflix at all?
Yes.
Okay, it's giving me that type of feel. So now I'm kind of curious. Are they going the dark route? Are we going to see like blood and guts and whatnot, or is it going to be like
I don't think we're going to see a rated R.
Not like what we got growing up. Maybe a little more adultish, but or do you think we're getting that like level, like kid level anime, like cartoon story that we got?
Okay, so what I'll say is that I've watched like She-Ra almost to its entirety.
Yeah.
Right. Like I've almost watched all of it. Me and Remy have.
Mhm.
And we loved every moment of it. You know what I mean? Like it wasn't too cheesy at all or anything of that sort. Like it was cool. We watched it literally from the beginning and we followed along with the show and everything seemed really good. You know what I mean?
I watched a little bit of it and I was blown away about how how not only like I felt like I was like I could relate to some of the stuff that I saw, but like it just took me back and I was like, wow, like that's not very easy to do. Like when it comes to like older stuff coming back because we haven't really seen a whole lot of good renditions necessarily.
No, I agree with you completely.
Maybe Transformers, maybe G.I. Joe, sort of. You know, they've definitely tried, but I think bringing it back animation wise could be is a good move.
I mean, look at He-Man. Look at his sword. Like this looks really good right here. I mean, everything that I see right here, I'm loving it. Look at the lightning popping off of I almost called them Elector, Skeletor, but yeah, yo, like this is something that I am super ready for. I don't know what else to say other than that. You know what I mean? Look at this.
Like, I had that freaking toy, bro.
I was about to say the same thing. I had this toy, and this bring, like you said, bro. It's just the nostalgia of it all. Like I can't wait to hear him say, "I have the power." You know what I mean? Like that's all I can kind of think about at the moment. Is just seeing that transition of that I have the power. And since this is also being made by Netflix, just like She-Ra was, I wonder if they're gonna find a way to intertwine those things and try to make like a Netflix Masters of the Universe.
I'm sure they're gonna connect them. I don't know how.
They're from different like realities, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, like they're not even from the same dimension. If I remember correctly. But they are in the same universe, but different dimensions. You know what I mean? Like they're like
so it's like a multiverse thing.
Yes, it's a multiverse
like
thing.
Literal,
there is no
literal multiverse.
Literal multiverse. But because there is no, I don't think there's a Skeletor in She-Ra's universe. She has I can't think of his name, but he's an awesome villain. Like he's one of the best cartoon villains I've seen in a while. So they did a good job with that. So seeing how good they did with that, I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be amazing. And this is our last still that we have for you guys, and this is saucy.
All the stills seem like they were kind of linked too, so that's the cool part.
Yes, like from the first episode or something along the lines of that. Yeah, I can definitely feel that. Yeah, no,
they both look shredded. Like,
oh yeah.
Obviously, with Skeletor, you only see his arms, but like He-Man, my dude is swole. He is ready.
But you know, He-Man is a lot like Danny Phantom. You know, like I'm not always this way. I gotta do my little mantra in order to turn amazing. But yeah, this is awesome.
I'm excited.
Amazing still.
I would love to
see that. Yeah. Very excited for what's to come with that. And let us know how you guys feel about those He-Man stills right there, because they're amazing to say the least.
Yep. They're pretty dope.
And then with that, let's move on to our next one, right? Yeah.
Yep.
And now we have some new character posters for Black Widow. Yes, sir.
Now, what I'll say, these are nothing new, except one poster. There was one poster that you and I both talked about. We're like, whoa.
Yeah, we were like, what the hell does this mean?
What could this mean?
Yes.
What could this mean? Also, another thing real quick, Anthony Mackie has just won Best Hero at the MTV Awards.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
Pretty dope. Good job. Congratulations,
that's awesome. Anthony Mackie. Yeah. That's great. That's actually really cool is that like breaking right now? Is that just happened?
I think the MTV Awards are happening right now. I'm just getting Twitter notifications right now.
Okay, that's dope. Let's go, Mackie. Doing your thing, my man. You know how we feel about that show. That show was amazing.
Yeah.
That show was bloody amazing.
Yeah, and this last character poster makes us think, because we still don't know who's playing Taskmaster.
And even if with this, when you guys see it, you'll notice that he doesn't have a name.
Yeah.
And he's like the only one.
The other thing though is he looks really big compared to how Taskmaster looks.
Yes.
So we're not even sure yet.
Yeah.
But obviously we have
Florence
do
Pugh. I believe that's
I don't even know how to say her, but yeah.
I think it's Florence Pugh.
This is Yelena, right? Yelena?
Yeah, Yelena Belanoff,
yep.
if I'm not mistaken. Okay. Yeah, Yelena Belanoff.
They're pretty clean. They look really clean.
Yeah, I was going to say that, looking pretty saucy. I'm loving the white outfit. That's the same thing that Black Widow has on, if I'm not mistaken, in the trailer.
I think so.
And that's saucy. I can't wait to see how her character is. If she is really supposed to take over as Black Widow in the MCU, there's a lot riding on her performance. You know what I mean? So definitely. I hope she's good.
Oh yeah,
amazing. My man Hopper. That should not my man Hopper that didn't die in Stranger Things.
Thought we would see more in that Stranger Things trailer, but no, it was just a wall and some kids. That was it.
Yeah. I don't even. Did you have that one scheduled to go up, or is that was that like in the bin?
No, yeah, it's scheduled to go up. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it might be tomorrow. Or it might have been today, actually, low key.
Now, I think today was Purge.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So it was just in the next 2 days. I know that.
This is awesome though. I like the I like his suit. It's very Captain America-esque.
It does.
I'll say it's very Captain America-esque, but with that, that Russian type of feel to it, though.
Definitely.
I really like that. I really like his suit, and he looks like an old man. So I'm interested to know what's going on. Well, we see with Isaiah Bradley, he was an old man, and he got the serum as well.
He was still strong as shit.
Yeah. So we don't know. I'm not sure how old he's supposed to be in this. Boom, Black Widow.
Looking legendary as per usual.
As per usual, my man. I'm loving the fit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one thing that I'm actually noticing right now is if you take a look at her batons, they're the same type of way.
So they can make like a staff.
Maybe they can make a staff with the batons.
I didn't even notice that. What?
I just seen that right now. I was like, ooh, wait a second. And that's just also tying in that they come from the same, you know what I mean? Like they come from the same, I don't want to say, no, the same background. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yep, look at that. That's awesome. That's saucy. Yep. Boom.
Taskmaster.
My man, Taskmaster that doesn't have a name. If you notice, everyone else has their actor name on top of it.
Yep.
And Taskmaster does not. And then OT.
Yep. I don't know. I feel like he looks too big.
I feel like he looks too big as well.
Like from the trailers, at least. But we haven't seen him in the trailer at all yet, have we?
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I don't think we have. So
part in one of the Marvel groups that I'm a part of on Facebook, people said that he's in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
And
I don't know how true that is though.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I'm not sure if that's a fact. I'm not sure if that's just something that
he looks like someone I'd see on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like
exactly. I feel the same way. He reminds me of Mac. So yeah. So this is an amazing. This is awesome. These are some awesome character portraits, I guess.
Definitely. You know what though? Looking back at some of the character posters we've gotten for the MCU so far, I think Endgame's character posters were pretty good. Like all of the ones that survived,
of course.
And then like I think a couple days later, we got all the ones that were lost, bro.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I remember us just not even being able to handle it. We were just like, bro, what the hell is happening? Like,
it's a dark world. It was a dark world.
It's a bloody dark world,
really
and
dark
I don't want to be anything a part of it right now. But yeah, yo, those are our posters for what was that? Black Widow coming out July 9th, and I'm super ready for that. Coming out in theaters and on. Is it coming out? No, it's just theaters, huh?
I think so. If anything, it'll be on Disney Plus for like a limited time, for a short time after it's done in theaters, I'm assuming.
Yeah, I just seen a trailer for some Cruella. Cruella is coming out in theaters and on Disney Plus on the same day that Quiet Place is coming out.
That's right.
Yep.
Hannah was telling me that telling me about that yesterday. Actually,
Yep. May 28th.
May 20th is gonna be an exciting day, man.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna be in the theaters with that.
Yeah. Coming up next, check out the latest poster for Venom. Let There Be Carnage. We just watched the trailer. Check it out. It's in our YouTube. It's uploaded. It's official.
And let me tell you, that trailer is amazing.
Badass. It's badass. And this poster is pretty awesome too. Look at that. Look at that.
My goodness, yo. This is definitely saucy. Oh my God.
Bro, like, what if we can't even get in the theater? It's like trying to get a PS. Like, it's like trying to get a PS5. Like, it's just sold out.
Bro, we have our tickets though. We're gonna have our immediate thing, you know. Well, we're probably if this is coming out in the IMAX, I'm definitely go. Yeah, I'm down for the day one in the IMAX.
Turlock hasn't. No, Modesto.
We go to Riverbank. Right? That's where
Riverbank.
Go.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think theirs has been open. I don't think it's closed. I think Riverbank has been open for a while, if I'm not mistaken.
All right, we're gonna have to
definitely look into that.
This comes out October.
I don't know. It doesn't even have a date on there. It just says coming soon.
Oh, that's right.
Theaters.
It's technically delayed still.
Yeah.
Until further notice, I think.
Which makes sense because this. Man, I don't know. Because think about it. We were supposed to already have Spider-Man, right?
Yeah.
No, we were supposed to already have.
We were supposed to have this Morbius.
We were supposed to already have Morbius. I think that's the one that was supposed to come out last year, right?
They were supposed to come out in October or close. I think one was in October and another December or something like that. But then they both got delayed and pushed back until further notice.
And if I'm not mistaken, Bro is in this movie. Vulture's in this movie.
Yes.
From the MCU.
Wait, no. Morbius. He's a
Morbius. That's Morbius. Yeah,
he's a Morbius. I was like, wait a minute.
But no, I'm interested to see what's going on even with that, you know, with the Sony verse. Like, are we going to see anything in this that's going to, you know, maybe kind of connect to what's going on in the MCU with Tom Holland and with the Doctor Strange movie and his movie coming out? You know, that's kind of where that's kind of where my brain is like, where is the intertwining going to start to happen, basically? You know what I mean? Like, we already know so much, but we know so little at the same exact time. So I'm interested to see where this goes.
Hey, you know, we just got to wait until it gets released. And
man, unfortunately, that, but I mean, the trailer did a really good job of not telling us shit. You know what I mean?
You know, I wish, fuck damn thumbnails though. Spoiled the damn trailer for me most of the part. But
that's true. I remember that.
It was a great trailer. I wish it showed a little less, though. I wish it showed a little less.
You think it showed too much? I don't think it showed too much.
Yeah,
I don't think it showed. I don't think it showed too much. I don't think.
I would have liked to not see Carnage because we kind of saw him.
Really?
Yeah. Just like the poster, I would have liked to have the ambiguity leading up to the whole thing. Only like look at that poster. We can't see him.
But that's like saying you didn't want to see Venom when the Venom trailers was coming out. You know what I mean? Like you didn't want to see Venom in the trailer. Like what?
I don't think we did see him in the first trailer, right?
No,
we only saw
him in the first trailer.
His arm and a couple other stuff. I don't remember.
No, we saw the whole thing with him eating the dude in the first trailer. Remember that was like the whole thing about the trailer. Him in the street when he was standing there looking down on the dude and all this stuff. Like
you're right.
You know what I mean? Right. How do we know it's Carnage? They gotta show us. You know what I mean? That would be like having an Incredible Hulk movie and just showing Bruce Banner in the trailer. Like no one's gonna know that's the Incredible Hulk movie. You know what I mean? So that's just something. I feel what you're saying, but at the same time, it's like, man, how else would we have known what's even going on? You know?
Oh, Justin, Elizabeth Olsen has won Best TV Performance at the MTV Awards.
Man, we should have been watching that live or something.
No, I didn't even.
That's awesome though.
For WandaVision.
Ooh,
WandaVision.
I mean, and on that note, we might as well move on to our next topic because it kind of directly it's not directly connected, but you know, it's in correlation with WandaVision.
Definitely.
And
Oh wait, yeah, this is all you. My bad. Got
and
accepted there. Got accepted.
and that is a rumor that Tiana Paris will reportedly return in Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
Man,
and Tiana Paris
is Photon.
I couldn't think of her name. Yeah, is Monica not
or Monica
Monica
Rambeau.
That's not her name, is it? Is that her name? Monica? Is
Yeah.
her name Monica? Yeah. Okay.
I think that's her name. Yeah, pretty sure.
Because in the comic books, her mom is, like it's weird because in my brain, I keep thinking of the comics and it's like the mom was Monica, and I know that the daughter is Photon though. So it just it crosses wires. But yeah, I'm juiced for that. I mean, Tiana Paris showed me in WandaVision that she is worth like, ooh. You rubbed your mic when you did that.
I was like, I heard something there too.
She showed me that we can count on her basically. This is something that we talk about a lot, but I get really nervous with women actresses sometimes because I'd be nervous that they're gonna go super like girl power, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know what I mean? But I mean, if it fits within the character of who, like that's what everyone's thing was with Captain Marvel. Is like everyone was like, Brett, like you are doing the most when you're not in acting mode. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just who you are as a regular person is doing the most. And that went into her acting for the movie for me. But for Tiana Paris, she was doing her thing.
Yeah.
And I almost said Marvel versus Capcom. I got so much in my brain right now, yo. But in WandaVision, she was doing her thing in that show. So this is good for me. I like it.
Yeah. I think it's pretty awesome. Her character is awesome. I love the character development that we got. It made her interesting and a lot to look forward to. I don't know why she'd be in Doctor Strange per se, but I also know like
I was just thinking that you literally said what I was about to ask. I was going to ask you, why do you think she's going to be in Doctor Strange? Like, what do you think her role in that is going to be?
Maybe to help Wanda, or something along those lines, because like her and the Wanda had that kind of connection from WandaVision. But other than that, I really don't know why she'd be in it. So I don't know if this rumor is that truthful, but I guess we could find out. We already know all kinds of people are going to be in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. So we have, we'll have to just wait and see. And that movie comes out. That's the next MCU movie after Spider-Man, right?
Yes. Because the next things that we have is Loki, then What If, and then Spider-Man,
Eternals,
then Eternals, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pumped for that.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Definitely. If you're tuning in right now, make sure you drop a like and a share on the stream for us. We're live right now on Twitch. We're live on Facebook and not Instagram. Jesus, my brain is everywhere, and YouTube. So make sure you drop a like, make sure you drop a share and a follow, because we go live every Sunday with the pop culture news of the last week. So make sure you guys do that. And yes, sir.
And make sure to follow us on all of our social medias at MarvelBros23 on our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel, where we post all of our reactions and a lot of other videos.
Yes, sir. Oh my God.
With that, leading into our next topic, I don't know how big of a fan you are of Red Sonja or Sonja. Is it Sonja or Sonya?
I believe it's Sonja, but I don't know.
So Hannah John Kamen, which is a character from Ant-Man 3 that
she's
what was her name? But she can she turns invisible.
She was the main villain.
Yeah, the main villain for Ant-Man 3. But that actor is going to be officially playing Red Sonja in a live action film, which sounds pretty cool. I love the comic covers. A little risque, just a little bit, but they're badass.
Who the hell is Red Sonja? Hold on,
It's not like a Marvel related thing. It's a
If I'm
comic
not,
book.
from what I see, she's like
She's like,
female Conan the Barbarian.
yeah,
Like,
or like a He-Man type character, I think.
well, She-Ra is a He-Man type character,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So is she like, wait, power hungry queen captures the priestesses guarding the talisman, a mystical orb that created and can destroy the world. But one of the priestesses escapes and seeks out her warrior sister, Red Sonja, to warn her about Gidern's plan for world domination. That is the what's it called? The summary of it for the movie that came out in 1985, the first one.
Okay. Sounds
Uh,
badass. I'd watch that.
yeah, it's on Hulu. It says,
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to check
yeah,
that out.
1985. So it's gonna be mad cringe, but it seems like it. Okay, so it's kind of, I think it is connected to the Conan the
Barbarian. Yeah.
Barbarian. Uh, Red Sonja Conan.
Plot twist. It's part of the MCU.
Yeah, I think that they're in the same.
Okay.
Yeah, Conan and Red Sonja are basically He-Man and She-Ra.
Hey, that sounds pretty awesome. I'm excited to see how that's going to come out.
See, just so you can see this little picture. See,
oh yeah,
Conan and so look at that. That looks freaking saucy. Hey, and what I will say is, if they go into this as starting with Red Sonja instead of starting with Conan, I think that would be awesome. Like, to start their verse, you know what I mean? Like, if this is like their
the
last
latest
Conan the Barbarian movie.
The last Conan with the Barbarian was with
The Rock, right?
Jason Momoa.
The fuck?
Yep.
Holy shit.
He was the last Conan the Barbarian, I think.
Whoa.
And then before that, it was Arnold, I think, though. I don't think we ever
had.
Yeah,
it was Arnold. That's right. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Yep. That's awesome. Hey, I mean, I'm down for that. If they choose to go into a whole verse of that would be amazing, because Conan the Barbarian is awesome. The video game is awesome. So I would be super down for that.
Yeah, definitely.
Seems awesome. All
right. But
so
this next one, though, man.
Yeah, this next one is
some
crazy.
eyes.
So we have Black Panther Forever officially being released on July 8th, 2022. We have The Marvels officially being released on November 11th, 2022. Ant-Man 3 being released on February 17th of 2023. And Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 being released May 5th, 2023. Holy moly.
Man. I feel like there's one more movie in 2022 that they doesn't have a title yet, but it's supposed to come out there. But I don't know. But it looks like we're going back to normal with 2 MCU movies a year after this year. With that said, all these movies look pretty awesome. I think the Marvels is going to have, rather than like Captain Marvel 2, it's going to be like Captain Marvel, Photon,
Miss Marvel, yeah.
And like as a movie together type of thing.
Yeah. The Marvels, when I heard the Marvels, I thought the same thing that you're saying, like Captain Marvel and Miss Marvel, like hero sidekick duo type of thing going
People
on.
were kind of bummed about that. Can you believe that? I don't know. I feel like this is pretty cool.
Bummed about what?
Like the Marvels. They wanted like Miss Marvel 2, Captain Marvel 2, not necessarily like the Marvels, you know? I don't know.
I don't think the Marvels is taking place of Captain Marvel 2, though. That's not what
So you think they're still going to get Captain Marvel 2?
Yes, I feel like the Marvels is going to be its own movie entity, like thing. You know what I mean? It does look like it does have the Captain Marvel logo.
Yeah.
Font. That's the word that I was looking for. It has the font of Captain Marvel, but until we get like a confirmation of what that is, I'm gonna go and assume that that's not gonna be Captain Marvel 2
Yeah.
because that would be dumb. I feel like that would, if that is the case, then I agree that's dumb
Yeah.
because like we don't know anything about Captain Marvel,
Yeah.
but that one movie that was
Hmm.
just replaying her past anyway.
Yeah.
So we need to know about Captain Marvel, like, period. And
Yeah. I definitely love to know a little bit more about her character.
you know what I mean? Like, let's
Mhm.
see what she's been doing in space.
How she's maybe changed.
When you start a movie like 20 years in the past, the next movie cannot be present day. It just can't. Like, we gotta know, unless in the past you're going up into present day. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
that's not what happened. Like, we left her in the past, and then she was in the future as being Captain Marvel in Endgame. You know what I mean? But we still need to know what the hell's been going on between that gap. And if we just have her being a mentor to Miss Marvel, like that won't even make sense. Like, Miss Marvel's powers aren't even on that type of level. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, what the hell? Like, so maybe this is her passing the Captain Marvel mantle to Photon.
I was thinking more Miss Marvel. I don't know if
I
Photon would
don't think
want.
that would. I just don't think that would happen because Miss Marvel doesn't have Captain Marvel's powers, but Photon does. And in the comics, Photon is the original Captain Marvel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's the original. Like,
Well,
and then they made Carol Danvers.
Here's the thing, though. Like, it seems like she has a real deep grudge against Captain Marvel for some reason. So I'm
Yeah.
wondering if they're going a different direction with that. You know,
Plot
with that
twist,
said,
Photon's the villain. Like,
yeah. Oh crap, that would be insane. We also don't know a whole lot about what's happening in Miss Marvel.
yeah.
I think when we watch Miss Marvel, I think we'll have a better idea as to what's happening.
Mm.
But before that, I don't think we'll know a very good idea of what's happening. Maybe we'll see Photon in Miss Marvel. Low key, maybe, since they're all from, or because she's from New Jersey, where everything went
I
down.
think that would be yeah. I would like that.
So I think that might be what's going to happen. And that kind of leads into the Marvels.
But how? But because at the end of WandaVision, the Skrull tells her to go to talk to Fury, and he's on the space station.
Yeah.
So
Assuming
it's just like,
is Fury.
where do we? Where it's
obviously it is probably, but like, what if it isn't Fury though? Like, what if it's like an evil Skrull or something like that, trying to like?
I mean, I feel what you're saying, but but from what I'm saying is like, what is that? How would she be in Miss Marvel? You know, because Miss Marvel seems like it's not going to be a space adventure. It's going to be very much a grounded teenager type, Spider-Man type of feel to it. You know what I mean? Maybe we get to see Squirrel Girl or something like that.
That'd be cool.
I wouldn't
mind seeing Squirrel Girl and Miss Marvel. Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I want the kid cameos, you know, like let's see some kid heroes. Maybe the kid heroes are already trying to form a group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I could see that. Like, the Avengers are gone, quote unquote. So the kid heroes are trying to do what they can to step up.
Yeah.
And it's a plot, and like that's another plot twist. Like, Miss Marvel is just setting up the Young Avengers. Like, she's the one going and finding everyone, very similar to how she did in Marvel's Avengers, the video game, you know, maybe something like that. I would be down for anything. I don't know.
Okay.
But the Marvels is probably the thing that I am least excited about out of the lineup.
You know, looking at the lineup,
Wakanda Forever, The Marvels, Ant-Man 3, Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
Guardians of the Galaxy 2 dropped the ball for me, so I don't know if I'd be excited for 3.
What? Guardians of the Galaxy 2 dropped the ball for you?
They really did. The first one I could watch over and over again. 2, I can't do it. Evil Planet Dad. It's a terrible villain, in my opinion. But it was a cool movie to watch. It's just not a movie I could watch over and over again.
My man said Evil Planet Dad.
But I think I'm excited for Black Panther Forever.
I'm very pumped, y'all.
I want to see what they're doing. Ant-Man, the Marvels, and then Guardians of the Galaxy. I think that'd be for me.
Yeah, Black Panther, like Wakanda Forever is like, I want to say that's at the top of my list, but Ant-Man 3 is at the top of my list.
Yeah,
because Kang the Conqueror, baby, like he is one of those villains.
Yeah.
And if they Ultron him, I'm gonna be pissed.
And you know what? It seems like Ant-Man 3 is gonna have a real purpose.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be the first of the Ant-Man trilogy. Yeah, because I think we had that conversation as to Ant-Man movies they haven't been accepted well amongst Marvel fans because they've always been the middleman.
Yep.
Like no matter what, it's been a middleman. It's like, all right, bro, like we only care about Ant-Man because he's gonna be in Captain America, Civil War. You know what I mean? That's the only reason why we care about him. Because at the end credit scene, it's like, oh, they talk about Spider-Man and they talk about the Winter Soldier. I think Falcon comes. You know what I mean? Like, we get MCU connections. Ant-Man 2, direct correlation to Endgame. Like, direct correlation to Endgame. So that's like one of the only reasons why people cared about that one. So now, like you say, we get to actually get a movie like Quantum Mania.
Wait a minute. I'll go ahead and get into the next part 2. I don't know if we're going to be able to see this, but apparently a new look at Black Widow was released during the MTV Awards. I don't know if that's out now on YouTube.
I'm looking for it right now.
But moving into our next thing for the night, actor Wayne T. Carr.
Yep, you got a plan. Official clip.
Okay. Has revealed a behind-the-scenes photo filming during the Justice League Snyder Cut for his Green Lantern role. This is a pretty cool still. It actually shows him in with green screen and kind of a costume on, but he's just kind of prepping, filming a scene. And I think the Green Lantern role, it wasn't a huge role. I think it was the Martian the Manhunter scene that we get at the very, very end, but it was supposed to be with Green Lantern. But that's about it.
My bad. I was just getting the clip. Okay. Here we go.
Would you have wanted to see Green Lantern? Do you think
I was going to say I would have rather saw Green Lantern than Martian Manhunt.
I don't remember if this was supposed to be Jon Stewart?
Yes.
Okay.
As far as I know, he is the only black rendition of Green. Like he's the black rendition of Green Lantern.
And then we're supposed to get Grogu. No, the big alien buff dude. That's a Green Lantern that trains Jon Stewart. That trains Jon Stewart. I think that he was also supposed to be in there, and there's also like art of both of them. But yes, this is pretty awesome.
Yeah, this is pretty awesome, and to me, it clearly looks like he has the Green Lantern light thing, the thing that the lantern comes in and he's like doing his shit to it. That's kind of what it looks like to me. I mean, I think we could have had both of them, maybe. Maybe give us the cameo that we got from Martian Manhunter as him being Martha, and then at the end have Green Lantern show up or something.
I think that would have been really cool.
Even him and Green Lantern together, because that would even make sense. Because they're both aliens, dog. Like in a way. What?
And it's not surprising that we didn't see this, only because did you see what Zack Snyder said?
No,
that WB would not stop torturing him about the things he was doing during the Snyder Cut, and he just put up with it. And he was like, you know what? Fuck y'all. But do what I want. This is my show. Obviously, we didn't see this part. I'm assuming this was a break it or make it type of deal. But WB, pain in the ass, apparently. Still, even though like they gave Snyder the reins, they were still a pain in the ass.
If they were a pain in the ass, then they must have something coming up with Green, trying to do a Green Lantern thing.
Yeah, but just in general, not necessarily just for this Green Lantern thing, but just throughout the whole process of remaking the whole thing, they were a pain in the ass, and that sucks to hear because I want to see fluid, partnerships and not button heads like that. That's it's not good for the fan base. Definitely not good for the fan base.
I don't understand what WB's problem is. Like they gotta get it together. They need to get they need to get their Kevin Feige and just and just believe in him to take the reins because obviously everything that they've wanted to do is shit. So yeah.
Yeah, I think with the whole I think there's too many people trying to call the shots when there only should be one.
Yes.
And I think that's the main issue. And like you said, they need the Feige, and maybe Guardians of the Galaxy director might be the man for the job, but I don't know.
James Gunn?
James Gunn.
Is that what they're thinking about for
That's what they
since
talked
he's
about.
coming
Now
in
that
with
he's kind
Suicide
of
Squad?
involved with Suicide Squad, I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if he'd want that role.
I don't know if I want him to have that role.
Because Kevin Feige's role, it's an important role. Right
Yeah.
person has to be there, and I don't know who would be the right person for that job. I don't know. It's a tough decision.
Yeah, it's a tough. I was going to say that.
I don't
That's
really
a
know
tough
many people out there that
decision.
could be that role.
Because like for Star Wars, like give it to Jon Favreau. Like that's how I feel about that.
Yeah.
Like give him everything and let whatever happens over there happen because
Yeah.
he got it. And then like I don't know, and it's going to be really interesting to see because we're in this spot where all of these movies are starting to have cinematic universes, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like what are they doing for their cinematic universes? Is there one person that's kind of, holding the reins there? Like for instance, in the Monsterverse, like, is there one person that's, kind of like reigning everything over there? We got, the Tom Clancy verse with the shows for Amazon Prime. Is there like one sole person that does all of that? You know what I mean? Like how are we, like, what is the reins exactly that these people are actually, holding on to?
Mm-hmm.
WB just needs some help. They need some TLC, some tender love and care, and
a
homemade meal. For real.
With that said, what do we got up? What's our last thing for the evening? This is pretty cool.
Final.
Kind of seen this before, maybe.
No, I don't think we did. No,
yeah?
That's what I'm going to talk about when we get into this. Our final thing for today is we're checking out Iman Vellani's first look in her costume for Miss Marvel, right?
Yep.
And what I will say is this is way better than what we saw the first time.
You know what? You're right. What we saw the first time looked like a costume.
It was a costume. That's what we were talking about. Remember, we were like, "Yo, this has to be a fucking Halloween costume. This can't be her real."
Or like the
thing.
very beginning, before she becomes Miss Marvel.
Like she had to make it at home. You know what I mean? This though, this though is Miss Marvel. This is Miss Marvel right here. Like,
I wonder how she gets the
costume. Look, she has the band. If you notice, very similar to how she has the band in the comic books and in the video game that we just finished. Not we just finished, but that we were just playing not too long ago. She looks awesome, yo. This is way freaking better because the first costume that we had was a literal costume.
Yeah, definitely.
And we even said that we hoped that wasn't real. Like we were like,
I can't wait till we get a trailer for this. By the way, I don't know why I'm really pumped for this show. I really am.
It's Marvel's Avengers. That's what I think.
I really enjoyed her character in that game.
If she's not like her, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be sad, man. I'm genuinely gonna be sad because that character, and like we didn't even finish the game. Like that's the crazy part. Like her character was amazing, and I just can't. I just hope she lives up to that expectation.
Exactly.
And it sucks that I have that bar already, but
bruh, it's like if they were to make a Halo movie, you know what I mean? Like, yo, we got high expectations for Master Chief.
Definitely.
That can't just be anybody. And this is, I mean, yo, literally, she looks super dope in the costume. Like, it doesn't look cheesy to me. Like, it looks like it needs a little bit of like that little bit of extra, TV that they're gonna do to it. Yeah, but other than that, it seems great, and I'm really excited to see. I think the real reason why they wanted to do Miss Marvel first is because they wanted to practice that stretchiness for Mr. Fantastic.
Ooh, okay.
You know what I mean? Like they've done basically everything else
To
that
see if like that
each
character would even
person.
be.
Yeah, they've done everything else that like the Thing, Hulk, so they know how to do that. You know what I mean? They know how to do like Human Torch. They definitely know how to do that.
Yep.
The dude in Iron Man was like glowing the whole time because he was basically a nuclear bomb.
Yeah.
And then Invisible Woman, like that's the easiest thing ever. Invisible. So I feel like this is kind of their training exercise, if you will, to try to get like that. Okay, how is this going to look when we stretch someone's arm on the screen? You know what I mean? Or how is this going to look when we try to do this and when we try to do that? And I think it's a good idea. Marvel always does that. You know, they have really good plans of, they piggyback off of stuff. So it's like, no, that Marvel's video game has nothing to do with the MCU, but here's Miss Marvel. Like, so I love it. I'm juiced. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I think I might be more pumped for this than Loki.
I don't think we just don't know enough. Even when we watched the trailer, it took us a couple tries to even watch, and we're like, "What's even happening?" Like we kind of like, "What the hell?" Like,
I think everyone was so juiced is just because it's Tom Hiddleston. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's the biggest thing. Yeah.
Another thing right now, Justin, WandaVision wins Best Fight at the MTV Awards.
I believe that, Vision versus Vision was.
I'm pretty sure that's the scene.
That was groundbreaking. I don't think I've. Remember I was shitting balls.
We were tripping. I was like, "What?" And we're like, "Oh!"
Going through each other, grabbing each other, like, whoa.
That was awesome, man.
That was awesome. I need Disney to make a Dragon Ball Z movie because they just do impeccable with their beams and everything. Like that was saucy.
Yep. Yeah. With that brings our breakdown.
That was it.
Yeah, brings our breakdown to an end.
Man, we had some good news this week. I'll say that. We had some good news. Let us know how you guys felt about the news that we heard today. I think one of the two things that I'm the most hype about that we went over is Venom, Let There Be Carnage, and Masters of the Universe. Like those were the two. No, Midnight Suns. Those are my top three. Those are my top three for today because those were all good. Those were all awesome.
A lot of things were awesome in today's rundown, but I'm definitely excited for Masters of the Universe and Midnight Suns. I hope that's real. I hope it's going to happen. Lots to look forward to.
Definitely. So let us know what your guys' favorite takes was, I guess you could say, or what your favorite news was. And don't forget, you can also join our Discord on our website, www.marvelbros.com. You can purchase merchandise, and everything you do there will help us better what we do here for you guys. And all of our pop culture news updates are on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. And one more time, thank you guys for 500 downloads on our podcasts. You guys are awesome.
And before we go, please make sure to like us, follow, share at all of our social media accounts at Marvel23. Messed it up terribly. I apologize.
That's all good.
But Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. We'll post our reactions, our latest news videos, and much more.
Yes, sir. So make sure you drop a like, comment, share, follow. Let us know where you're checking this out at. And we will see you guys next week.
Peace.
Excelsior.